Hey everybody, welcome to the Baltimore and Ohio Southeastern Model Railroad in N scale. Grab a cup of coffee and a donut or three, and let's run some trains and do some switching. Well, good morning everybody. Happy Labor Day, even though I'm narrating this on Sunday, about noon. I'm going to finish up the switching. At the end of this video, we will have our 4 trains built. So the car on the end right now, we're going to attach it. We're on track 3 at the moment. We're going to attach it to the Western Maryland covered hopper on track 4. It's actually a pretty heavy weathered car. I may put some crappy trucks and couplers on it and put it on the boneyard track. So you can see a couple of GONs. They're on track 5. So we're going to pick those up next and put them on track 3. And actually the Barrington Northern car and that other Cedar Heights Clay car are part of that train. So we'll be done with that part of the switching. They're on the right track. We had some storms come through last night. They've been going around us all the time. It's been really, really dry, but we finally got a little bit of rain, maybe ½ inch, 3/4 inch, and it brought a cold front in, so the highs today is going to be in the low 80s instead of 97 like it has been for the last week. All right, we're going to put those on track 3. Now, sometimes I have to stop the video and plan this out. It's not intuitive all the time, and there's probably still things I could do better. But that's part of the thing I like about the switching layout, not just say, I'll put that boxcar over there. I like the challenge of doing it in the least amount of moves. But everyone has their own degrees of what they like to do, so if that's what you want to do, more power to you. I just like to run trains. Alright, so now, if you remember, we put a covered hopper on the caboose track, is blocking the track, blocking the cabooses, so we're going to have to move that. We're going to go get it and put it on track 5. So this car and the N&W boxcar at the end are not, they're already in the yard and they're not going out on any trains. And if you look on track 2, there's 2 cars at the end of the track, a Burlington Northern boxcar and a plastics covered hopper, and they're also not going out. So they're just extra cars in the yard. So we'll see if they get built into trains. Technically, I've already built the trains in the computer, but I didn't look at the consist to see if they're going to be included or not. So now the N&W bulkhead flat. That was actually a Montana Rail Link flat, and Montana Rail Link is too new for my layout. I can't remember when they started, 86 or something. So, the N&W painted cars in blue for some time. I think it's called Pevlar blue. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name. And so I just relettered it to N&W bulkhead. So those are 2 of the BNO trains. So the last thing we're going to do is we have to go get those cars on the passing siding. Been sitting there for a while. Again, there's not a lot of meets in Chillicothe during this time period, so it was okay. And we're going to put them on track 2. That is the N&W train. In case you're wondering about the gap there with the plywood sandwich there, that is where the window is. And so I didn't want, the backdrop to be able to flex a whole lot. And of the normal viewing angles, you'll never see it. Because I'm going to doctor up the backdrop a little bit with some houses in the cemetery. And when you're just looking at it the way I'm looking at it, you'll never see it. I could fill that in and scenic it too. NW2 ran perfect in this session. No shorts, no derailments. Everything ran smooth. I don't know whose dog it is up there barking, but I think Jawtooth is over there trying to find a location to shoot a train. And there's barely enough room with those 2 cars down at the end. And I have to fit these 5 cars in that. Excuse me. So this will be the last switching move that I do. I've got a little segment that I filmed just sort of recapping everything and telling about what you're going to see next week, next Saturday. And at the end, I've got a little clip of X-Ray and Jazzy. I think I've told you this before, but I can't hear the sound when I'm narrating this. So at some point you heard a big thunk. Somehow I got my foot underneath that plastic stool, and when I went to move, it flipped it over. So nothing was hurt. I wasn't on the stool. Alright, so my trains are all set up, ready to run the transfer runs. Track 1, I have the CNO interchange train. Track 2, there's the NW interchange train. Track 3 is the BNO westbound train, and track 4 is the BNO eastbound train. Of course, in real life, this switching will be going on all the time. You know, when they brought cars back from wherever, Union Spring, whatever, they knew where they were going, so the yard crew would be putting them in tracks right then. So since I'm by myself, it's sort of a sequential operation. Anyhow, next week we're going to run some trains. I'm going to run the NW train first because I'm dying to run that Elko. I love that Elko and I haven't run it yet. That'll be the first train we run next Saturday. Everybody stay safe. So we went to Walmart yesterday, and while we were there, we got both the dogs a squeaky toy. That blue monster behind Jazzy, that's her favorite toy ever, but the squeaker gave out. She still doesn't quite feel good enough to really go to town on it like she used to. But X-Ray, man, he is a little turd. He is already almost torn that up. And it's supposed to be a Tuffy toy. So he goes at it and he won't leave it alone. We had to take it away from him. All right. Hope everybody enjoyed this, and stay safe, and we will see you next weekend.